Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek-A-Day. There have been so many variations of handheld phasers and phaser rifles, the Federation designs throughout Star Trek over the many decades, and I'd love to hear what are some of your favorite designs. For me, the Type 2 phaser from Star Trek Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager, that design is, for me, that's kind of the most common basic phaser design that I grew up with growing up in the 90s. So that one, to me, is the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear of a Star Trek phaser, that and the original TOS design. But that TNG Arrow one, the second iteration after the little hand vacuum one, I love the design of it. It looks a little bit, to me, especially as a kid, looked futuristic, whereas the TOS design, it looked like a natural progression of like a handheld gun. It looked like that. And here it changed it just enough to where it still had that nice kind of curvature. It looked like something a little different. It wasn't quite the same design as like a gun that was used to in like cop shows or westerns. It was something a little different, and I always loved that design. And my favorite phaser rifle, even though it is a little bit on the bulkier side, is actually the one that you typically see in Star Trek Voyager. Because while I do also really like the TNG style, and then the later iteration of that we saw, particularly starting with First Contact, that sleek design, I feel like the Voyager one is this interesting in-between of that very bulky, powerful look of the old TOS phaser rifle and that real sleek design that's still kind of squarish with the TNG phaser rifle, and then it was more streamlined later on. I feel like it's this weird in-between that I really like because it has that sleek futuristic look, but it still has that real heft and feeling of power, that intimidation factor, and I feel like it's a good combination of those. So those would be my personal favorites, and I'd love to hear what yours are.